What is it about Symmetra? Why doesn't anyone like her? She is classed as a support character, though Blizzard seem to think she is a healer. She can build her turrets out of thin air and place them wherever she wants, so she is a defense character? Maybe because she has a limited teleporter able to get her teammates to the battle, but nobody seems to like her. For this video I played a lot of Symmetra on defense, usually without a healer, and on offense where I got a lot of abuse. I know she is not the most effective attacker, but I know she is also underrated when defending and when attacking, and I'm going to show you why, if you just give us a chance. Symmetra's real name is Satya Vaswani, and she is pretty unique with her lore, as she is not really involved with the Overwatch characters such as Soldier 76, Tracer, Reinhardt, and is not an enemy of them such as Widowmaker and Reaper. She is simply a woman trying to get by in the world with her job as an architect for the Vishkar Corporation. A special kind of architect though, which can create objects out of thin air. She is one of the most gifted in the world with this hard light technology as it's called, and she has been taught it and trained since a very young age. For her, it was either that or being kept in the slums of her hometown in India. So she has a lot to be thankful for with the Vishkar Corporation, but they are not exactly clean. They deal in plenty of crime and espionage, and guess who their best espionage agent is? By day she is a powerful architect, and by night she is Symmetra, the espionage agent following Vishkar's interests. There is a comic of her I linked in the description, and it shows a lot about her character. Though she is an espionage agent, she is not the type to kill or create dirt on someone. She seems to believe Vishkar is doing things for the improvement of the world. She keeps telling herself that, but Vishkar will go behind their favourite students back to get what they want. It's an interesting debate, I think, where I see where Vishkar is coming from, believing they are making the world a better place by developing poor areas they call slums. The problem is, if you do that so suddenly, nothing really changes except the buildings. Sure, you could fix a lot of health problems with proper homes, maybe some security, but there will still be crime, still be poverty, and still have problems with natural resources such as water, if it had that before. Not every place on Earth is ready to be developed. Rome wasn't built in a day. Symmetra is a character with the average 200 health, but 100 of that is armor, which means if she takes less than 100 damage, her armor will refill that point, so it recharges. She can give allies a similar ability with her E key. When Symmetra targets a friendly character, she can just simply tap E and give them a shield of 25 hit points. It really is not much, and if Blizzard really want to see more of Symmetra, they will raise it. I personally really like the number 50 for her shield. 25 is not much. It's not a Widowmaker bullet, a Reaper shotgun bullet, or a Pharaoh rocket. You can't rely on the ability to save teammates' lives, so it is just a little boost for them to avoid some poke damage. But it's always good for a Symmetra to be on the lookout with this ability, especially when you are starting rounds. Just turn around and run backwards. Give all your teammates a shield. It might not save lives by itself, but it can help make teammates a little bit more aware that they are taking damage and they need to look after themselves. Speaking about looking after themselves, Symmetra can make her own turrets. It's called Sentry Turret. Yeah. She can place them on any surface. Floors, walls, ceilings, pots, fences, pillars, bells, cars, machines. They fire up to 10 meters away from them and do 25 damage per second. Now that's pretty good damage if you place them well. If you place them above a doorway which someone goes through, then it usually takes them over a second to find it and destroy it. They are very weak as anything can destroy them, such as a stray bullet, explosions, anything really, so it's not really good to put them all close together where they can all be destroyed at the same time. I find that there's two ways of using the turrets, and this is important to think about when you are defending. You can either protect a flank with all the turrets helping your team have a solid defense, or you can spread them out more and use them more as a way to find the enemy team, which works well if you are the only one on your team who communicates. Most people use it to defend a flank so they can guarantee kills for themselves. It works usually, but if someone comes into an area and gets hit, then it's best if they get hit from multiple directions at the same time. Don't always put turrets on a wall or a ceiling. Try and hide the turrets as best you can. Confuse them and disorientate them. Defending the flank on Temple of Anubis is vital, as it is on Hanamura as well. Every point has a flank, so you could place all your turrets on the main objective, but everyone expects there to be danger there anyway. It's the right choice sometimes, but Symmetra is much more effective holding an important enclosed area, somewhere where her turrets can't be sniped by some jerk with a sniper rifle or a rocket launcher. The problem I find with Symmetra though is that once you do kill someone with all those turrets in an area, then they will just come back and destroy all those turrets from range. That's why it's good to have your turrets in an enclosed area, so they can't be sniped. So far all this has been crafted with her own hands, but she does carry a weapon. It is called the Photon Projector. If you hold it down, a beam of light comes out, which does 3 damage a second, but gradually goes up. The longer you stick to the opponent, the more damage it does. Symmetra is great against tanks. I'm not saying you should go pick a fight with every big guy you see, but it definitely seems to surprise them with the amount of damage the beam does. So I suggest to always be ready to jump out of your hidey hole and burst down a tank if it's needed. The tank is a big help to the other team's attack, so killing them is a good win for you, but don't forget about their healers. Killing them before the tank makes things a lot easier. You don't want to go and kill a Roadhog or a Reinhardt and see them get resurrected by Mercy. And trying to kill any tank while they are being healed by a Lucia or Zenyatta is very hard. The photon projector also has an alternate fire where you hold your right mouse button down, and the longer you hold it for, the larger the ball becomes. At max size, it deals 125 damage. Problem is that it is very, very slow. You need to lead your targets with this. As it is not a quick reaction shot, it needs to be planned. Fire it into areas you know the opposing team likes to use, and you can usually get a hit or at least deny them the use of that area. It also goes through shields such as Reinhardt's. The problem with this ability is that it's kind of obvious where it's come from. So if you are standing over someone and you miss them and they see the big blue ball, then they know where it came from. If you are defending a flank and they don't know you're there, they just see a huge giant ball just travel from that direction, then they know you're there, and obviously turrets will be near you. So it's a tricky ability to use. You kind of have to charge it up to do the most damage with it, but you have to try and bait them into your turrets. Otherwise they'll just know where your turrets are and they'll avoid that flank. It does do good damage though, and if you see a Reinhardt, it's always worth firing at him. Symmetra's ultimate ability lets her craft a teleporter which has 200 health. This is a game-changing ultimate, and why I like offensive Symmetra. On defense, you use it to save your team travel time. Wherever you put your teleporter exit, the entrance will automatically pop up in the home base, which anyone can use. Teleporter can be used 6 times until it breaks and you need to build another one. Unfortunately, once your ultimate is up, the teleporter, you have to wait until it is destroyed until you can start building your next one. On offense, you can use it as a way to surprise and flank the opponent. If you are defending, you would want to put the teleporter in a safe area which the other team can't see. It's the same on offense, but instead of placing it near the front line, you should try to sneak behind them and place your teleporter there. Usually you can't get through a big choke point by yourself because they'll see you and they'll hunt you down. So if you have a teleporter ready while on the attack, it is a good idea to wait and move with your team and to get behind them while your teammates provide the distraction. From this point, you can put a teleporter on one of the flanks. You can put it upstairs, downstairs, in a little enclosed room, somewhere where you can defend it with your turrets. So don't put it at the end of a long corridor, which can be easily sniped from them. You have to be able to protect it because you can't really trust your teammates to do that. Symmetra doesn't really win a lot of fights 1 versus 1. She's really lacking some type of movement ability, I think. If she is caught out in the open, she has a lot of trouble against most characters. She has to hang around her turrets. I might have made a video about Black Widow in the past, but Symmetra is a real spider who can set up elaborate traps. Characters such as Junkrat and Pharah can easily destroy one of her nests. Winston doesn't even need to aim at them to destroy them, and Zarya is just weird to fight. She always has a shielder and she can shield others. She has a huge gun which does splash damage. She is great against Symmetra, the bitch. Someone who Symmetra does have a good time against is Reinhardt. The poor guy's shield just does not work against her weapon. She's also pretty good against Genji and D.Va. Her laser, which automatically locks onto people, helps a lot, but without any type of movement ability, she needs to stay near her turrets to be able to do the damage which is needed to kill her attacker before she is killed. So because there's teammates with good peel on them, so they can drag people off of their buddy Symmetra. Characters such as Roadhog, Pharah and Lucio can help push people or pull people away from her. So Symmetra is a great defender, a decent surpriser, but I find she is the most effective when she is protecting a flank and communicating with the rest of the team. So thank you for watching, and please rate the video with a thumb up or down. I've been putting a lot more time into these guides to improve their quality and the feedback, and I really wanted to say what I wanted to say unlike some other videos, and your opinion will really help me for the next one. I'll probably be doing Torbjorn next, so I will have to find a lot of good spots for the turret. Let me know with any of your spots, any of your ideas, and I'll see you then.